You are now looking at JVZoo, and now in order to set up your account, in order to start selling products, you are going to want to pick the side that says become a JVZoo seller. And once you do that, then you will be going through an application process. When you get to the registration page, you will put in a name, an email address, and all of these other things. You are going to need to go through a phone verification process. You're going to need to agree to the terms of service. You're going to have to make sure to set up your taxing information. And once you do that, you're going to register, and then you will be set up with an account on JVZoo that you'll be connecting to your PayPal account. Now, once you are set up with your PayPal account, you will then want to go to the seller's dashboard area. And then once you do that, what you're going to do is you're going to click Add a Product. And then most of this you're going to want to go through. Now, in order to start with, until your product is ready to launch, you're going to click No for the marketplace. When your product goes live, then you'll click Yes to the marketplace. But for now, we're going to say No. And we're going to give our product a name. We're going to give it a price. We are even going to decide how much we're going to give affiliates, typically 50% or above. If we're going to have a limited number of spots in the membership, then we will limit that number in the quantity area. We're going to put a support email address. And if you have a support site set up, you're going to want to go ahead and put in your support URL, and you'll put that in there. The landing page or sales funnel or squeeze page, this is if you're going to do a pre-launch campaign. In this particular case, we're going to keep this launch simple, and we're just going to do our sales page. And we're going to have our sales page at this URL. Now, obviously, at this point, we have not yet gone through writing the sales letter. However, when you do write a sales letter, you are going to put it in this URL. To pass the affiliate ID to the sales page, this will allow you to help your affiliates to know that they're getting credit. And then for the delivery method, you are going to want to put in a thank you page. And then what you'll do is you'll put in a page where people are going to get instructions to check their email address for their login and password. Now, if you are competing for product of the day on JVZoo, now, what you're agreeing to here is also that your customers are going to get emails from JVZoo. So if you don't want to compete for the product of the day, you're going to leave that unchecked. If you do, you can leave it checked. Typically, you're going to leave this as a manual approval. You typically want to know who your affiliates are, and you want to know how they're going to promote. Now, anything in particular that you'll want to say to the affiliates, you'll write it in here. Now, in this space, you can actually put in an HTML-based web page to give your affiliates more instruction. And in these two spaces, you can communicate messages to your customer. And in terms of the custom email receipt, now in terms of the custom email receipt information, what you're going to do is you're going to write a message telling people that they're going to be getting their login and password from another email and not from the JVZoo email. Sometimes people will look at their JVZoo email and they will make the association that that's their login and password when really your system or S2 member is going to send them an email with their login and password. Now, one of the last things you're going to do is to put your PayPal information in there. If you want to integrate an autoresponder specifically, you can integrate the following autoresponders: Aweber, Inimica Mail, SendReach, and these autoresponders will allow you to be able to have your buyer placed on a buyer's list as soon as they make the purchase to get your buyers onto an email marketing list. Now, the other thing you want to consider here is the webinar integration. If you have GoToWebinar, you can have people automatically placed on a webinar. You can actually do retargeting for those people who come to a specific page. And because we're going to be working with S2 member, we are going to come back in a separate video and we're going to connect our S2 member to this area, the external program integration. And what this will do is this will mean then that when your buyer makes a purchase, they're going to be placed inside of the membership on the site where we are creating our S2 member membership. Okay, so those are the basics in terms of product creation. And then when you have completed this, everything except for this area, what you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and click Save, and then your product is going to be available. Now, when you first start, if this is your first time creating a product, you are going to have to get JVZoo approval for your product. You'll need to go to the support area and then request that they review your product for their platform. The other thing that you're going to need to do is you're going to need to grab buy buttons, but we will be doing that in another video. Okay, so with that, thanks, and I will see you in another video.